Okay, so as you can see, what we just saw, that was the PLM Dollar Group helicopter we've just seen, came over this afternoon anyway. But anyway, I just really want to wish all of you a happy new year. But obviously this is the first aircraft that I caught this year though, which is the Eurocopter AS.355-F2-NP Yield 2 we've just seen. Came over anyway. So yeah, so as you can see, this is the first helicopter that I've just seen since 2024 for this year. So this is the first aircraft that I caught for this year. It's the Eurocopter SA.355-F2-NP Yield 2 just seen anyway. Which, as you can see, this is the one that's based down at Birmingham Airport anyway. Which this is the one we saw the week before anyway, just before Christmas holidays started anyway. So yeah, so that's just before the Christmas holidays started anyway. So yeah, as you can see, we're now currently getting back to those civil helicopters that we're now currently getting back to anyway. So as you can see, the registrations we've just seen is G-PDGP, that is. So yeah, this is a helicopter that we usually see every other week when it's doing the training anyway. Which this is the one that was there last week anyway. As you can see, it's got the usual call sign, which is PDG60, that is. And as you can see, the call sign, well, it's mostly the same call sign as it was before anyway. So yeah, anyway, let's have a look where it's been to. So as you can see, this is where it took off from this morning, just around 9:30 this morning, just around 9:30 a.m. this morning anyway, which it took off just somewhere by Birmingham Airport anyway. I think it has took off from its base down at Birmingham Airport anyway, which that's probably where the PLM Dollar Group helicopters are based at anyway, and same with Ecureuil helicopters as well, which is pretty much the exact same thing anyway. So yeah, it's pretty much the exact same thing, to be honest. So yeah, this is where it came all the way from, just from Birmingham anyway, and then it's just, as you can see, do loop just over Gloucester, so well, somewhere near Gloucester anyway. As you can see, it's just did a loop just over Cheltenham, and then did one over in Gloucester, and then he looks like he's just done a bit of a loop just over Rangeworthy by the looks of it. So, and then just came all the way down to Somerset, past near Bristol, and as you can see, he's just done a big massive loop just over Tower Bridge and over just towards Bramford anyway. So yeah, and then he just came into Somerset, as you can see, then passed over RMS Yeovilton. So yeah, just then passed over RMS Yeovilton and then just came into North Somerset by Taunton, as you can see, flew past Taunton, and then from there he then just went to visit Duxborough Airfield, and then took off from Duxborough Airfield, which this is where the time it arrived anyway, which is around 11:54 a.m, which just before lunchtime anyway, just before 12 o'clock, it landed just over Duxborough Airfield anyway, and then it took off just before 1:30 anyway at Duxborough, and then it just did a circuit just over in Exeter, and then he came into South Devon. Just from there anyway, he just came into South Devon, and just from there he then just flew past just over St Austell as he came into Cornwall, and then flew past Truro, and then he went over on the coastal side of northwest anyway. So as you can see, he flew past just over in Redruth, just over on the west side of Redruth anyway, just over on the north side of Redruth anyway, and then passed, and then he did a bit of rest over in Cornwall between north and west anyway, and then he slightly came into south anyway, came slightly just over my place, which as you can see, he pretty much just came here around 16,000 feet and then dropped down to 1,500 feet, which he did drop down quite a bit, and then he just dropped down to about 1,300 feet as we saw it, as he was going past Pontsneuf anyway. So yeah, he was fairly just going past over Pontsneuf anyway. So yeah, which hopefully in a few minutes time he'll be heading into Newquay Airport anyway. Then I think tomorrow he might be doing the rest of the training. I think he might be going back to do the rest of the training tomorrow, I think anyway. But obviously because of the weather forecast that we had this week, it was a bit, obviously, you know, the weather forecast that we had this week, it was heavy rain and wind that we had for the last few weeks. But obviously because of that we had a bit of a weather warning issues this week in Cornwall, because obviously this week in Cornwall we had so many weather warning issues that we had for the last few weeks, well, the last few days in Cornwall, which we had weather warning issues and all that. So yeah, and that does pretty much shows that everyone is like going back to like work at college and all that for this week, which obviously tomorrow I'm due to back work tomorrow and Friday, and then all the schools are back open on Monday the 8th. So yeah, and pretty much I will have to admit the Royal Navy aircrafts will be back on during maybe this week or Monday, I suppose. So yeah, hopefully we get back to see the helicopter heroes like the Meta Mark IIs and the Avenger T1 hopefully. Hopefully we'll get to see one of them this year hopefully, which is the one that we mostly see, especially from Culdrose. So yeah, this is the first aircraft that I caught for this year apparently, especially for New Year's 2024, which is the Eurocopter AS.355-F2-NP Yield 2 they've just seen this week. So yeah, it's a bit unusual to see that. So yeah. Okay, so yeah, that looks as if that's now heading into Newquay Airport, possibly by the looks of it. It's probably possibly now heading into Newquay Airport now, I think, anyway. So yeah, which I think is going to be going over to Newquay Airport anyway. So yeah. Okay, so yeah. So yeah, I think this is the only helicopter we've only seen today, apparently. This is the only aircraft we've only seen this evening, well, tonight anyway. This is the only aircraft we've only seen from tonight, which is the Eurocopter AS.355-F2-NP Yield 2, operated by the PLM Dollar Group helicopter, with that registration G-PDGP, with the call sign PDG60, apparently. So yeah. Okay, so yep. Hopefully by the time tomorrow he will be doing the rest of the train, wholesale Cornwall train tomorrow anyway. And it's probably going to go into Cardiff hopefully tomorrow and then back into Birmingham Airport maybe the next day on Friday, I think anyway. Hopefully be back to Birmingham Airport hopefully by the next day anyway, which I think tomorrow will be heading over to Cardiff Heliport anyway, which will be tomorrow, which is the usual thing that does. So yeah. Okay, so yep. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.